James Gunn may have just teased the future of the DCU with one casual Wonder Woman post. And if fans are reading it correctly, Supergirl is not going anywhere after her solo movie. In fact, Millie Alcock's Kara Zor-El may already have her next two major DCU appearances lined up, and one of them could put her directly beside Wonder Woman. The interesting part is that this does not feel like a random fan theory built from nothing. It started with a mix of real comments, suspicious timing, and a very James Gunn-style social media tease. Gunn shared artwork featuring Wonder Woman alongside Zala Jor-El, a Kryptonian raised among the Amazons in the Dark Knights of Steel comic universe. Technically, the post was promoting a comic, but because it arrived right around Supergirl's release window, fans immediately started asking whether Gunn was quietly pointing toward a bigger DCU plan. And this is where things get serious. Supergirl is already confirmed to have a role in Man of Tomorrow, the next Superman movie scheduled for 2027. Gunn himself has talked about the emotional tension between David Corenswet's Superman and Millie Alcock's Supergirl, saying their difference is a big part of Supergirl and an even bigger part of Man of Tomorrow. That means Kara's story is not ending with one solo adventure. It is directly feeding into the next major Superman chapter. That alone is huge because it suggests DC is not treating Supergirl as a side character or one-off experiment. She is being built as a major pillar of the new universe. And honestly, that makes sense. Kara offers something Clark cannot. Superman grew up on Earth, surrounded by love, family, and human values. Kara actually remembers Krypton. She carries its trauma, its loss, and its ghosts in a way Clark never fully can. That contrast gives the DCU a richer Kryptonian story than simply having Superman carry everything alone. But the bigger mystery is what happens after Man of Tomorrow. According to producer Lars Winther, DC Studios already knows what the next movie after that will be, and Supergirl is apparently a big part of it. He did not name the project, but Gunn's Wonder Woman post arrived close enough to that comment that fans began connecting the dots. If the next movie after Man of Tomorrow is Wonder Woman, then the idea of Supergirl appearing there suddenly becomes very interesting. On paper, Diana and Kara are a strange but powerful pairing. One is an Amazon princess tied to myth, gods, and ancient warrior culture. The other is a Kryptonian survivor shaped by cosmic tragedy, but both are outsiders. Both carry enormous power. Both have to decide how they belong in a world that will never fully understand them. That dynamic could be gold if written well. Wonder Woman does not need Supergirl to validate her, and Supergirl does not need Diana to define her, but a story that brings them together could explore identity, legacy, and what it means to be raised by one world while carrying the burden of another. The Dark Knights of Steel artwork may not be a direct adaptation clue, but the image of a Kryptonian connected to Amazonia is exactly the kind of concept fans would expect Gunn to tease if he wanted people talking. There is also the Ana Nogueira factor. Nogueira wrote Supergirl and has also been tapped to write the new Wonder Woman movie. That connection matters. If the same writer is shaping both Kara and Diana's DCU paths, it becomes easier to imagine a story where Supergirl fits naturally into Wonder Woman's world rather than feeling like a forced cameo. Of course, there is a risk here. Wonder Woman is one of DC's biggest icons, and her reboot needs room to stand on its own. The new Diana cannot be overshadowed in her own movie by another major hero. If Supergirl appears, her role has to serve the story, not hijack it. Fans want connected storytelling, but they do not want every solo movie to feel like homework for the next crossover. That is why the keyword here is balance. Gunn's DCU seems to be moving toward a shared world where characters can cross paths earlier and more naturally, but each project still needs its own identity. Supergirl and Man of Tomorrow makes obvious sense because of the Kryptonian family tension. Supergirl and Wonder Woman could work too, but only if Diana remains the emotional center. Still, this potential plan is exciting because it shows DC may finally be building its universe with confidence. Instead of waiting 10 years to connect major characters, Gunn appears willing to let them collide early, as long as the story earns it. Superman, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman could become three major forces shaping the moral direction of the DCU. So did James Gunn actually confirm Supergirl's next two movies? Officially, not completely. But between Man of Tomorrow, Winther's tease, Nogueira writing Wonder Woman, and Gunn's perfectly timed post, fans have plenty of reasons to believe Kara's DCU future is much bigger than one solo film. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.